What's going on, guys? Good morning. Got a little mail call, got a little progress on this Lancaster. Um, I have had to do a lot of cleaning up, mostly cleaning up, but some scratch building to get things to where they should be. Like I said, very rudimentary. Well, let's do the mail call first. Let's do the mail call first. Well, Shop Cat, what's going on? Huh? Big thank you, mail call, to Mr. Bill over at WWK Scale Models and Diecasts. Bill's a good guy. If you're not sub to him, I would suggest you go over and check him out. I appreciate the kind words on the back, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I feel the same. So go check Bill out. WWK Scale Models and Diecast. Good guy. Good guy. Oh, appreciate the card, buddy. You'll go up with the rest of them. Thank you. Speaking of shop cards, I gotta get some more made. I ran out. And I don't know if there's anybody interested. If you're interested, leave me a comment. Most of you guys should have one of mine. But I got some new subscribers. And there are new people that I've subbed to too, so I'm going to see if I can get some when I get my check this month. We'll see what happens. All right, the Lancaster. What a nightmare, guys. What a nightmare this kid is. Like I said, 1971. Very rudimentary. Here's the cockpit. That's what you get for a cockpit. No dash, no nothing. But I'm gonna leave it that way. You're not. It's gonna be hanging up in the air. You're not gonna be able to see it. You'll definitely be able to see the outside. This is 172 scale. I mean, it's a good size. It's good size. At least it's at least a foot long, if not longer. On these bombers, they took out the top guns. There's just a plate here. But on the bomber, there were two 250 cals. But they had to lighten them up, so they took their gun out. They left the rear, they left the bottom, and they left the front. So what I've had to do with these now, the way they had it set up, what held the gun in place were these. Now these are the guys. There was one here and there's one for the back. Do you see the pin down the bottom? That's what this went down and through. What the hell is it? This is the front gun. There was a hole there. There ain't a hole there. There ain't a hole there anymore. I simply drilled this out because there was a hole there for this guy to sit in. So he sat flush like this with this pin sticking down below. But I didn't want to put the guy in it. All right, so now I had to figure out what to do. So this is a 3/16 hole, or it was after I drilled a 3/16. But then I found some pins that I had. I took a piece of styrene that was this thick. I have a bunch of styrene on hand. I would suggest that if you're new to modeling, you would probably want to start stocking up on some styrene to have on hand, because there's plenty of times when you're going to need it, trust me. Rod, square, tubing, sheet, they all got it out there. Evergreen, off the top of my head, Evergreen, that's the one that I use. So, and I'm not saying that that's the one you got to use. I'm just saying that that's what I have at my hobby shop, and that's what I use. So anyway, we drilled that out 3/16. I popped a piece out of the, I have I have cutters. I bought me some round cutters, like punches. So I punched out a 3/16, stuck it in there, and then I put the pin down the bottom, and now that's going to be my pin to hold it inside. Um, you don't have to put anything. I don't have to put a retainer down the bottom because once I put my and this glass is horrid, guys. 1971 glass. It's putrid. The whole bottom's here. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Whether it wasn't a good mold or what, but nothing but flash and big hunks of plastic down here. What a mess it was to clean up. And this is the good one. Look at it. See? Then I got the big one that goes in the back. That one was disgusting. All these were covered over. I had to cut these out. There were big, huge pieces all around here. See, right? It was just disgusting. Look at it. But 1971, you know what I mean? So, but anyway. So yeah, and I looked in my box. I do have a bunch of these, but I didn't have one the right scale or the right configuration. They were either too small or too big or whatever. So that's what we did to get that to work. So this is the front gun, and like I said, the reason you don't have to put a pin on it is because this is going to get squeezed. This gets squeezed in between. Once you put the fuselage together, this gets squeezed in between a piece, so it's not like it can pop out. But I still want it to turn. Same thing with the bottom gun. I had to come up with something for the. No, I didn't have. This isn't the one I had to come up with. It's the back one. Yeah, this one was okay. This one would work with what they gave me. So this goes on the bottom. This pivots like this underneath. The back gun is a quad. It's a 50 quad. My only problem was when I cut the guns off the sprue, one of these barrels on the top one was broken off. So I looked in the box and it wasn't in there. So I don't know. The bag was closed when I bought it. I looked back in the bag. It wasn't in there. So I don't know. But anyway, so I cut the nub off, and then I'm saying to myself, well, what the hell are you going to do now? So I looked and I didn't have nothing. So I said, you know what? I'm going to cut the other one off. I'll drill them out, and I used some aluminum tubing. And I think it looks pretty cool. And I had to do the same thing to this one. I had to put a pin in this one. Luckily, this hole was the same size as the pin I found. So, and then that's the same thing in the back. That gets squeezed in between the fuselage. So, that's that. The rear stabilizers. These hook up to each other. So when they're in the plane, I got to make sure that this goes in there so that these will pivot together. Now, that was one thing. There's some funky technology for 1971. Same thing with this. These work. These were supposed to, these flaps here, but they just hung down. They were too sloppy. Too sloppy. There was no way of really fixing it if I didn't really want to go into, like full scratch-on mode. And I didn't really want to go through that. I'm doing enough on this stuff, trust me. More big seam work in here. Same thing with this one over here. Where was I put the... oh, there it is. I had to put the piece of rod down the middle of that one. That one had a big friggin' V in it. It was terrible. I still got a little bit more of sanding to do on this. Still got just a little bit more sanding on to do on it. But yeah, this one works on the other side too. That works. And then we come to our landing gear. Well, before we get to that, the mine. There's the mine that goes underneath. which is hooked up to a pulley system. I gotta put some. I gotta make a belt. And that's no big deal. That's no big deal. Here's the plate they give you to cover where those guns went up top. They don't even give you the guns, so that's what you get is that. And now we got landing gear. What fun this was putting together and getting it to work. This stuff, if I can do it. And then it closes. I thought that was pretty cool. There's grooves in here where it goes. What a pain in the ass trying to get it all together. You can't. The only thing you can glue is this cross brace. I haven't glued that in. This is all just mocked up for now. But that's the only thing you can glue is that cross brace that holds these together. But I thought that was pretty cool design for back in 1971. So that's what we're going to leave it like that. We're going to leave it so it works. Hopefully. Yeah. But, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So, there we are. That's where I am. Hopefully, today, because this is the last cool day we're going to have, going to try to get this painted again. And, yeah, I haven't done nothing on the rider. I've been working on this plane. Just a nightmare. Just a nightmare. And I got the Rustification Nation build is coming up too. I'm getting into that. I gotta make my entry video for that for Chopper. And you guys interested, by all means, get in. Take something that you got and rust it up. Boat, plane, train, car, bike. Chop said it could be anything. The only one thing is you gotta rust it up. I think he said it could even be a kit that you started. But that's the name of the game. It got to be rusted up from July 1st till August 30th or 31st, whatever. However many days are in August, all of them, right? All right, fellas, I'm out. It's going to rain here shortly. Getting dark. Started out sunny, but we got rain coming all day. And then by Friday, 90 degrees and humid. It's supposed to keep creeping up after tonight. Awesome. All right, guys. Take care. Good to see everyone. Good to talk to you. Peace out.